Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, because what I'm about to share could completely change how you understand her feelings, her mind, and her heart. Right now, I want you to really focus, because what I'm about to tell you isn't something most men ever hear. These are the hidden signals that reveal the depth of her love, even when she acts like she doesn't care. And if you miss them, you could be losing the connection of a lifetime without even knowing it. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like she's pulling away, giving you mixed signals or acting indifferent, and yet deep down, you sense something more? That tension, that unease you feel, is because her ego, the part of her that fears vulnerability, is fighting against the part of her heart that loves you deeply. Women aren't always upfront with their emotions, and when pride, fear, or past hurts are in play, the love she feels can remain hidden. But make no mistake, every subtle glance, every small gesture, every inconsistency carries meaning if you know how to see it. Here's the truth men rarely understand. The depth of a woman's love is often inversely proportional to how openly she expresses it. The more she struggles with showing it, the more intense it can actually be. Think of it like an ocean beneath ice. What you see on the surface is cold and distant, but underneath, there's a powerful current of emotion that will shape everything if you know how to read it. Many men get frustrated, confused, or even leave before they realize the love was there all along, hiding behind walls built from fear and self-protection. That's why learning these signs isn't just useful, it's essential. I want you to start observing her without judgment. Watch how she reacts when you're in pain or when you succeed. Notice the little things, how she remembers tiny details about you, how she gets quietly annoyed if someone else crosses boundaries she sees as hers to protect. These are the invisible threads connecting her heart to yours. She may never say, "I love you," in the way movies promise, but every subtle choice, every glance, every act of quiet care is proof she's deeply invested. And the more she resists showing it, the more you need to see past the surface. If you can understand her unspoken signals, you unlock a truth most men never get to experience. The love that doesn't scream, but moves mountains quietly, endlessly, and irrevocably. Now, let's get deeper, because this is where most men start missing the signs. You see, when a woman loves you deeply but her ego won't let her show it, her actions become subtle, almost invisible, but they are everywhere if you know how to notice. She won't say the words, she won't always compliment you, and she may even act frustrated with you. But every reaction, every choice, every hesitation is loaded with meaning. The challenge is learning to read what she's not saying. One of the most powerful signs is how she values your presence. Notice how she prioritizes her time. If she goes out of her way to see you, even when it's inconvenient, even when she claims she's busy, that is her love speaking through action, not words. She might argue, she might joke, she might even give you a little attitude. But underneath that resistance, there is effort and intention. She's showing you her heart in the language she's comfortable with, a language shaped by fear, pride, and past disappointments. Men often misinterpret this as disinterest, but it's actually the opposite. She's deeply committed, just protecting herself while doing it. Another layer is emotional investment. Watch how she reacts when you are upset or stressed. Even if she acts like she doesn't care, she's feeling it more than you know. She'll subtly check in, offer small gestures, or make a quiet effort to help without announcing it. These actions are invisible love letters, written in behavior instead of speech. If you pay attention, you'll notice patterns, the way she tunes into your moods, remembers details you forgot, or sacrifices a little comfort for your sake. That's her love, disguised by ego, silently saying, "I'm here, I care, I see you." Finally, understand this. A woman who struggles to express her love is not rejecting you, she's protecting herself. Her ego is a shield built from life experiences, from fear of vulnerability, from learning the hard way that opening her heart can hurt. Every cold glance, every teasing remark, every small withdrawal is not a withdrawal of love, it's a defense mechanism. If you misread it as indifference, you miss the truth she's showing in the quietest, most profound ways. Recognizing this distinction is the difference between a shallow connection and a bond that can last a lifetime. Pay close attention because the men who understand these hidden patterns get what everyone else misses. Love that is deep, unwavering, and transformative, whether she admits it or not. Here's where it gets really interesting. Because love that's hidden behind ego doesn't vanish. It shows up in small, almost imperceptible ways. The first thing to notice is how she physically reacts to you. Pay attention to her body language because it often speaks louder than her words. The way she leans toward you when you talk, even if she brushes it off, is a silent invitation. The slight touch on your arm, the way her gaze lingers longer than necessary, these are unconscious signals her heart is broadcasting, even when her mind is telling her to hold back. Men overlook this all the time, mistaking hesitation for disinterest, when in reality, it's a battle between desire and pride. Another key signal is emotional mirroring. Notice how she reacts to your moods. When you're happy, she brightens. When you're down, she's affected, even if she hides it behind sarcasm or humor. This mirroring isn't accidental. It's her mind connecting with yours on a level deeper than conversation. It's subtle, invisible to most men, but it's a core indicator of love. She's constantly scanning, feeling, absorbing your emotional state because her heart refuses to detach even if her ego demands it. Then there's the way she communicates, or doesn't. Love hidden behind ego often comes in coded messages. A teasing joke, a sarcastic remark, or a sudden silence may seem confusing, but they carry meaning. They are her way of testing boundaries, gauging your patience, and ensuring you understand her without her having to be vulnerable. Men who learn to decode this language gain an almost unfair insight into the depth of her feelings. These tests aren't manipulations, they're protective measures. Her love is raw, real, and cautious, wrapped in layers of self-defense. Also, observe the effort she invests when no one is watching. Does she remember small things about you? Does she subtly anticipate your needs? These are invisible threads connecting her to you. Her ego may forbid grand gestures, but her heart leaves clues everywhere. The more you notice them, the clearer the picture becomes. She is deeply, irrevocably attached, even if she pretends otherwise. Finally, understand the paradox. The more she seems distant, the more she's actually invested. Her ego fights, hesitates, and tests, but underneath, the love is persistent, relentless, and enduring. Recognizing these signs separates men who merely date from those who truly understand and connect with a woman's deepest emotions. Now we move to the part most men completely overlook, the sacrifices she makes for you, silent, unseen, and unacknowledged. When a woman loves you deeply but her ego won't let her show it, she doesn't announce it, she doesn't brag, she doesn't even tell herself she's doing it, but her actions speak volumes. Maybe she rearranges her schedule to be available when you need her. Maybe she swallows her pride to support you in public while quietly feeling the weight of her own frustration. These moments are invisible acts of devotion, and they're far more meaningful than any grand declaration of love. Men who see these are the ones she trusts with her heart, even if she won't say it outright. Look at the subtle consistency of her attention. She notices the small things that matter to you, the way you like your coffee, the book you mentioned wanting to read, the tiny detail you thought no one remembered. This is a reflection of care so deep it doesn't need applause. It's the language of her heart. And the ego? It tries to disguise it because showing it openly feels vulnerable. She's learning every day to balance pride and affection, and often the struggle itself makes her appear distant when inside she's profoundly present. Pay attention to the moments when she puts your needs above her own, but without complaining or expecting recognition. She might not say, "I love you," but she'll make sure you're comfortable, happy, or protected. She might tolerate situations she dislikes just to preserve your peace. These are signs men mistake for compliance or indifference, but in reality, they are expressions of the deepest love, hidden behind a careful mask. The sacrifices aren't dramatic. They're woven into ordinary moments like invisible threads holding her commitment together. Another signal is her defense of you, even when you're not around. She might subtly speak well of you to others, protect your reputation, or quietly challenge those who underestimate you. She could even pretend she doesn't care what others think, while secretly ensuring no one crosses boundaries that matter to you. This is love disguised as ego-driven independence, and it's one of the clearest signs a man can miss if he isn't paying attention. Finally, understand this truth. Love wrapped in ego is love under pressure. It's tested, cautious, and careful. But it's also loyal, resilient, and unwavering. The men who learn to recognize these quiet sacrifices step into a realm few ever reach, an intimacy where words are secondary and the heart speaks in ways the ego cannot silence. Now, we're entering the most delicate territory, the unspoken signals that reveal her love even when she acts like she doesn't care. These are the micro-behaviors, the tiny nuances most men completely miss because they expect love to shout, not whisper. And yet, these whispers are louder than words. They are proof that her heart belongs to you, even when her ego fights against exposing it. Start with her eyes. Watch how they follow you in a crowded room, how they linger just a little longer than necessary, or how they sparkle subtly when you talk about your dreams. A woman who loves you deeply cannot hide her attention. Even when she's pretending to be disinterested, her gaze betrays her, revealing an unconscious devotion that no ego can fully conceal. Men often overlook this because they expect overt flirting, but the truth is far more nuanced. Love shows itself in the quiet, almost invisible glances that happen when she thinks you're not looking. Notice how she listens. Real love hides in how attentively she absorbs your words, even if she interrupts, teases, or seems distracted. She remembers what you say, recalls your preferences, and instinctively notices patterns in your behavior. She doesn't need to announce her care because her brain and heart are already tuned to you, quietly reacting to your needs before you even voice them. This is the language of hidden love, subtle, deliberate, and emotionally precise. Then there's her protective instinct. She may act aloof or playful in public, but watch how she subtly shields you from negativity, criticism, or harm. She might interject on your behalf, correct misconceptions, or redirect attention away from you when she senses vulnerability. These gestures are not casual. They are instinctive acts of devotion that few men ever notice or appreciate fully. They are proof that she invests in your well-being, even while guarding her own vulnerability. Finally, pay attention to her silence. Often, the loudest declarations of hidden love come in moments when she could speak but chooses restraint. A quiet smile, a soft pause, or a moment of stillness while watching you, these are her heart's confessions. The more she holds back, the more significant her feelings. Her ego may be stubborn, but it cannot erase the truth. She loves you deeply, profoundly, and often more than she's willing to admit, even to herself. Understanding these signs gives you the rare ability to see what most men cannot. The love hidden beneath layers of fear, pride, and past pain. It's subtle, but it's real, unwavering, and hers, entirely hers. Now, let's confront the ultimate truth, the part most men never see until it's too late. A woman who loves you deeply, but whose ego won't let her show it, is living in a constant internal battle. Every glance, every small gesture, every careful word is a compromise between her heart and her pride. And the heartbreaking reality? Most men interpret these subtle signs incorrectly, thinking she doesn't care, when in fact, her love is fierce, loyal, and unshakable. Understanding this is not just knowledge, it's power. Look at the patterns you've learned, the sacrifices she makes quietly, the attention she gives without acknowledgement, the subtle glances, the protective instincts, the small acts of care that nobody else notices. These are not random. They are the fingerprints of her heart, etched into everyday life. Every time she resists showing her feelings, she is actually protecting something incredibly vulnerable, the love she feels for you. And when you finally recognize it, when you see through the ego to the heart beneath, it changes everything. You don't just understand her, you begin to see the depth of love most men spend a lifetime searching for. Another truth to grasp. Her love is often more patient than yours. She doesn't rush declarations, she doesn't dramatize her emotions, and she doesn't give empty promises. Instead, she invests in consistency, presence, and subtle devotion. If you can learn to interpret these signals, you'll see that her love is a quiet force that shapes your connection every single day. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it is steady, unwavering, and profoundly transformative. And here's what most men fail to notice. If she can't leave your mind, it's because of these 5 unspoken reasons. Because she invests emotionally, because she anticipates your needs, because she protects you, because she silently sacrifices, and because her ego can't completely hide her devotion. These are the invisible threads holding her heart to yours, even when she seems distant. The men who grasp this truth gain a rare advantage. They see love where others see indifference. They understand connection where others see confusion, and they experience intimacy where others experience frustration. So the question is, are you willing to look closer, to read her subtle signals, and to recognize the love that hides behind ego? Because if you do, you won't just understand her, you'll experience a love few men ever get to witness. Fierce, patient, unwavering, and entirely devoted. And that, my friend, is a truth most women never reveal openly. But now, you finally know.